What is up, everybody? Welcome in to Sharp Fantasy Sports coming at you today with your free pick video of the day here on November 2nd, 2024, Saturday college football slate. Coming at you with the Washington USC video for you a bit here today. So if you're into the late night action here, I love this matchup here. Normally it's a beautiful Pac-12 matchup, right? But actually the first time that these two teams are meeting is Big Ten opponents. Weird as hell. I've seen the matchup predictor here on ESPN heavily favor that USC is going to win this game, but really, in my opinion, a little outmatched. Doesn't make any sense, where it's almost 70% here, but Washington like 2.5 point dogs at home too. Interesting. Both 4-4 right now, 2-3 in the Big Ten. Nice little primetime matchup for you on Saturday for 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 Central Time, where we're at right now. Two teams that are really in a weird spot, right? In the Big Ten standings, this ginormous Big Ten standings they have right now, right in the bottom of the pack, right? And these are big games. They're both not really going to have any chance competing for a Big Ten conference, championship, obviously, or anything like that. But these are big games in terms of competing for bowl games, guys, bowl eligibility. And a lot of these names here, Miller Moss, Will Rogers, Woody Marks, Jonathan Coleman here. Big names here, even Lemon in Boston too. Big names that need to show up and make a name for themselves to prove that they are what the teams have invested in them in terms of from a recruiting standpoint, right? Going forward with right now and going into later in the season for bowl games to possibly get drafted in the NFL one day. So I think it's a good matchup here for a lot of guys to show off their talents prop wise. But if you take a look here at the last five of both teams, very interesting, right? I mean, both have been really playing from behind, blowing games late too, losing games they probably shouldn't be losing. I mean, USC had some struggles here, right? Got the Penn State here in OT, Maryland, blown out here against Rutgers. I mean, the Indiana game last week for Washington too, just got their ass kicked from the start. And a brutal loss against Iowa there too, but they had a nice win against Michigan, right? So it's weird. Both teams have been very up and down. Very up and down. But I do love a couple of different guys going to tonight's game, so we'll get into all that right now. I always like to start the video with how we've been doing yesterday, right? So if you take a look at how we did the last 50 days, man, we're up almost 66 units on free plays alone. That is insane, dude. It's almost a unit and a half per damn day that we're averaging, which is pretty much fucking unheard of. And if you've been with me for the last month, man, VIP and free, we're up over 68 units, man. Look at that roller coaster ride, man. Roller coaster rides up and down, then boom, shooting up. And we went back down yesterday. We had a little rough patch yesterday in terms of the VIP and free picks. Not gonna lie to you, rough day yesterday on the YouTube free pick too. But it didn't matter at all, man. We're up over 80 something units recently. I mean, there's nothing to that, dude. Like, we are kicking ass so much and we're so far in the green. If you've been tailing my plays for the last month or longer, that even a shitty losing day like yesterday doesn't mean shit. It's a small little, like it shows here in the graph, small little hop down to go right back up to be way ahead of where we were. Look at this 30 days ago. So I'm just telling you guys, you got to roll through this. If it's your first time doing this, make sure you're betting the right unit size. Do not go crazy. Yesterday we lost out on the free pick video here on YouTube. Sucks, man. We hit 2 out of 3 here on Gibson. And told you on Genty, man, go under on his rushing total. I did not play his prop bet straight up, and I wish I did, because I knew that line was fucking crazy. 186.5 is absolutely insane. I don't care how many rushing yards I've been doing. That is fucking insane to put on anybody for prop bet totals. That is crazy. I thought Darrell Robinson would get back after it for you, right? I mean, UConn won this game, but he did not get as much rushing yards as I thought he would on the ground. So, sucks there, man. 2 out of 3. Not going to win them all. Make sure you follow me on Dabble if you're not on there. Sharp Fantasy Sports. Giving out free plays on a daily basis and VIP too. So, more wins. I'll just skim past a lot of this stuff. I go through over this all stuff all the time, right? Dabble wins, DK Pick 6, PrizePicks right here. I mean, lots of different stuff on here. DK Pick 6 is where we really make our nut, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, we really kick ass on there. Sportsbook plays too. I'll have a bunch. Make sure you follow me on Winible. I'll have a bunch of plays on there. For today's action and Sunday, sportsbook, over-unders, things like that. But I'm telling you, make sure you get on there for DK Pick 6. If you love prop bet totals, I mean, we kick ass, man. We're putting out bets where it's like 4-mans may pay out 8.5x on PrizePicks. On here, 10.5x, right? Another one. Look at 2-man here, usually pays out 3x. On here, pays out 4.5x. I mean, so these are highly, highly, highly sought after fucking plays. I'm telling you guys, just being honest, they really are. So make sure you're tailing this shit, because I'm giving a lot of these out for free. Free, 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 free. And there's definitely some VIP ones in here, right? And we had the VIP offer, which I'll show you here in a second. So I'm just getting back to it. A lot of stuff here. Yeah, we had this VIP weekend pass offer going on. Sold out last night. Going to this week's action, there's only 10 spots available. So congrats to those that get on it. Rough day yesterday, but we're gonna get back at it. If you got on it though, you're 90% off. It was only $20. So congrats to those that got on it. But we're gonna win some money back for you for those who are on VIP and free picks alone. I think it's a good spot. You can see here my first free pick of the day. I'm going Washington, right? Washington's going to be what I'm laying the money on here today on the sportsbook totals. This is my first free pick right here is Washington against the spread, 2.5. Now, a couple different things, right? I think it's a good matchup for both teams. Someone needs to make a move here, both 4-4. I really just would take the home dog in this spot. In my opinion, this is more of an evenly matched up opportunity where it should be like a pick'em type game where it should not be getting points at home since they're both kind of like right in the middle of the pack. They're both ranked top 25 offensively in advanced metrics on the season all year nationally. And the cool thing is too, Washington's defense, man, while Miller Moss and USC, obviously they kick ass, right? Lincoln Riley's going to be throwing the ball all over the damn field. Washington's D ranks top 10 defensively against the pass. So it's interesting. It's an interesting matchup here where I think they may limit Miller Moss more than you think, right? Jonah Colin's been absolutely whooping ass for Washington on the ground, so I'm really going to be playing him up tonight. He's averaging 6.7 yards per carry, and he really needs to hit some explosives against USC if he wants to succeed here. Now, Will Rogers has been faltering on the season. He's been up and down, up and down, up and down. But he's been playing pretty well recently, last few games, right? And when he's under pressure, he really struggles. But here's the best part about this, guys. He's not going to be under pressure as much as you think tonight. USC is out of their top linebacker and edge rusher right now in the season, so that's huge for Will Rogers at home, having time in the pocket to throw the ball, hand the ball to Jonah Coleman, control the pace. I love Washington tonight, so I'm taking Washington against the spread, guys. USC is just 44, 61, and 2 against the spread on the road since 05, so that's a little nugget there. And Lincoln Riley, guys, is just 2-8. ATS is a road favorite. So I love that. I love the trends, man. I love fading that shit, even if it doesn't completely apply to what's going on right now. I love that trend. Love it. So it's the first one of the night for all you sportsbook players. Make sure you play this up here. 2.5, 2-unit play there for me. We're going to run a DK pick 6 for the next play, man. And I already added it in. As you can see right there, too, in real time, going up and down right here. So I'm going into DK pick 6. And why do I do this? Because of this right here. The estimated pricing range is great, man. So basically, they're giving you like an estimate if you've never been on it. Like, hey, usually a 4-man play pays out around like 9.5 to 10x, right? Which is pretty good because not everyone's doing that anymore, right? A lot of these PrizePicks plays and things like that, if they're correlated, are like 8x to 9x. This is not a huge, heavily correlated play, but it's somewhat. It's based on like how you think the game's going to go, right? If you think Washington's going to dominate offensively, which I do, so you got Coleman over on his rushing yards, Rogers over on his passing yards, and you got Moss and Marcio under on their yard totals, right? Because I just think they're going to be contained. I really do. But here's the thing. It could pay out 9x. It could go down to 5x, right? If a lot of people play this up. I don't think a lot of people are going to play this up, right? I really don't. I think if anything, guys, people are going to be playing the overs here on Moss and the overs here on Marks, right? It pays out the exact same. In my mind, man, based on how many people are actually playing this exact play and what contests are in here, because you're playing peer-to-peer in here, which is really cool compared to something like PrizePicks, which is just straight up, hey, here's the payout. On here, if a lot of people are playing up these prop bet totals and everything hits, it may be down here in the 5x range. But if they're playing what I'm doing here, man, which not a lot of people are. You may have like 1 percentage point on each of these, right? Which is nothing. You could be here in the 20x range, dude. And I didn't show you a couple of them, but if you take a look at my past videos, man, we had a couple unbelievable bangers here. I'll just skim to one to show you what I'm talking about. If you've never been on DK Pick 6, scroll all the way up here. Let's find a decent one that shows you what I'm talking about. No, not that one. No. Hold on. I'll find something here, a 13x one that we had recently. Oh, here we go. We're going to zoom, here we go, we're going to zoom in on this really quick here. Let me zoom in. Okay, so this is recently. Okay, 1019, legit, 4-man right here. Normally, this would pay out 9x, look what it paid out, 13x here. Because not a lot of people had this, dude. Look at 1% picked, less than 1% picked, 1%, 2%. So if they don't have a lot of the same props there as you do, man, your estimated payout is so much better. 13x here, man, compared to, let's go to PrizePicks and see what the exact play is here. I got Moss less here, Coleman more here, Marks less here. Oh, hold on, did I do that twice? I got Rogers, oh, my bad. Rogers more on his passing yards here, Moss less on his passing yards here, Coleman more rushing yards, and Marks less on his rushing yards. 9.5x, which is pretty nice. $20 play pays out $190, not bad. We put in $100, $950, right? $5, what's that pay out? $47.50. So not bad. That's what it used to be. They're not always doing that nowadays. Now let's see if we change this. I'm interested to do with this. If they change this, 9x. So it goes down a little bit. So if you play this on PrizePicks, which is fine, go ahead and play this on PrizePicks. I love this, honestly. I just like them to contain USC tonight. I do. Marks has been up and down. I mean, he's been averaging pretty much right around that the last few games. If you go into Will Rogers here too, take a look at Will. He's been up and down too. But I like him recently, right? He's been trending right around that mark. If you take a look at Moss, you may want to actually go this way in the green, but I just like the trend going against him. I like fading the trend there. So take a look. There's a lot of things here to look at that you can play up to your totals, but I just like the USC getting contained tonight. Washington really controlling the pace. Jonah Coleman's been pretty solid recently. He's been averaging over 96 yards rushing the last 5, which is pretty great. So I love that for us. Honestly, it's a great just straight up play. But here on PrizePicks, look, it's 9.5x. Now go back to DK Pick 6. Same thing. 9.7x is the average. But dude, if no one's playing this up and we hit this shit, we're 20xing our money here. Whereas on PrizePicks, you're only getting 9.5x. Dude, you gotta do this shit. I'm telling you, man, you gotta do this shit. So this is the best play of the night. I'm loving this one in DK Pick 6. Coleman over his rushing yards. Moss less than his passing yards. Rogers over his passing yards. Marks less than rushing yards. I love this shit. Play it on DK Pick 6. Okay, you could do PrizePicks if you want to. That's fine. You get 9.5x here. You'll probably get 9.5x here. But there's a chance we get 20x. And don't come crying to me if we hit this and you didn't play this shit up, because we're going to have a 20x payout here. Because guess what? We had it recently on a couple different things. 13x here. Another one right here. This one. 13x as well. What was this? This is 12.8. This is 13x. These were all recently. All recent payouts on 4-man. So I'm just telling you, man, make sure you're on DK Pick 6. I have nothing to give out in terms of codes for it and shit like that. If you get on it, they'll probably give you $50 for free like they give everyone. So just get on DK Pick 6 if you're not on there. It's DraftKings Pick 6, just their DFS app through DraftKings. So if you're already on DraftKings, you already probably have a chance to get on it. So love this tonight, guys. This is the best play. If you are new to anything, you want some codes for anything too, and want to subscribe to more Winible, it's linked in my video description for more free plays. Get on there. I got some codes right here if you're interested too. Go over Dabble all the time. Love Dabble. Get on there. Free $25. If you want to get chalkboard, I got a code for that as well right here, and better as well, $200. So if you want any of these codes too, it's always linked in my video description. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys so much. Best play right here is 2.5 Washington for tonight, and on our DFS players, this is the best play for tonight too, the 4-man. Love you guys. See you soon. Let's profit. Peace.